Sagittarius, and welcome to the Dharma, your 2020 spring reading from Planet Waves. My name is Eric Francis Coppolino, your astrologer for the next half hour or so. Welcome and thank you. Just want to acknowledge the difficult nature of the times that we're in, and the uncertainty in particular, I think, is the most deeply troubling thing that we're confronted with, assuming, of course, that you're not experiencing some direct health challenge. The uncertainty of the future and the uncertainty of what we're being told, and whether or not that is true. And then when you start to peel into it, there are all these agendas that seem to be operating. Heck, you don't even need to peel into it too deeply to start seeing the agendas operating. In any event, my agenda today is to help you tune into your astrology in these unusually unstable times, and to work with a similar property that is coming through your charts, which is that it's difficult to get a foothold anywhere. It's difficult to get a solid grip on your reality. This is partly due to being born under a mutable sign, and it's partly due to activity in the mutable sign Gemini that is now developing. Gemini being the opposite sign of Sagittarius, meaning that it represents your intimate relationships and other forms of partnership. And then, additionally, it is your response to your environment. It's how you perceive and experience your environment. So let's just take a quick look at your solar chart to get you familiar with it. This is your solar chart, and the way that we know that it's the Sagittarius chart is that it's got Sagittarius lined with house number 1. So these are whole signs, and we could read this chart. We could take all the planets out of the chart and say interesting things about any sign based on just the way that the signs line up with the houses. So I just read Scorpio, and Scorpio is like this, and it's a completely different chart because Scorpio has all fixed signs on the angle, whereas you have all mutable signs on the angles, and that represents a relationship to existence. And as part of that relationship, there is this ever-present question in your life about tangibility, about establishing something solid, and the challenge of doing so, whether that something solid represents your relationships or whether that something solid represents the work that you do. It's not always easy for you, and when something solid manifests, it can be quite an interesting missing experience. All right. As you can see in this chart, that there's quite a bit of activity going on in your opposite sign, Gemini, and this is already happening now, and it's already representing, even though the retrograde begins in 13 days from now, the activity in Gemini already represents a shift in your environment and a shift in the way that you are experiencing people. And at the moment, that is not making it feel any easier to have something solid and tangible to hold on to. Particularly in the realm of interpersonal relationships, there is this sensation that the purpose of relationships